Dear heart, sometimes life leads us to places we have never dreamed of. Big places, new faces, and moments where we feel both excited and scared all at once. This is a story of such a time, a journey through wonder, worry, and wild-hearted hope. It's the story of a little bee named Buttercup, and perhaps, in a way, your story too. So take a deep breath, settle in, and let your heart open wide. Once upon a morning, painted with gold, a small bee named Buttercup stood at the edge of a sunflower field. Her tiny wings trembled, not from the wind, but from the anticipation of change. She was leaving the familiar hum of countryside blooms behind to start a new chapter in the big city of Buzzleton. Her heart buzzed with excitement, but also with fear. What if the flowers were different there? What if the rhythm of the city was too fast, too loud, too much? But tucked under her wing was a tiny petal-shaped charm, a lotus. It reminded her that even in muddy, uncertain waters, beauty rises. I can bloom anywhere, she whispered to herself as she flew off into the unknown. Buzzleton sparkled in 1,000 different ways. Its flowers bloomed on windowsills, its gardens hung in the sky, and its bees zipped about in swirling, glittering patterns. But for Buttercup, everything felt huge. Each day, she buzzed past towering buildings, weaving through humming traffic and neon signs, feeling like a speck of pollen in a whirlwind. And yet, she made a quiet promise to herself. Each day, I will show up as the kindest, bravest version of me. To stay grounded, Buttercup created morning rituals. She sat on a tiny balcony garden and did wing breaths, slow stretches where she opened and closed her wings while repeating, I am safe, I am strong, I am enough. She sipped sweet drops of chamomile nectar and polished her lotus charm, holding it close to her heart. She painted little pictures in her journal with dabs of honey and flower dust. And then, when the noise of the city got too much, she curled up into a petal hammock and imagined floating on a pond, the lotus petals cradling her gently. But not all days shimmered. There came a stretch of time when everything felt heavy. The city was in a long grey rain spell. Her flower deliveries were late. A big project at the nectar exchange didn't go as planned. She missed home. She missed her friends. Worst of all, she began to doubt herself. Her wings drooped. The morning rituals felt harder to keep. The voice inside her buzzed with worry. Maybe I don't belong here. On one soggy afternoon, with tear-speckled eyes, Buttercup found herself fluttering aimlessly down a side street she'd never noticed before. The buildings opened slightly, just enough for something magical to peek through. There, nestled between a lamppost and an old stone wall, a tiny tree. Its branches curled lovingly toward the pavement, and beneath its leaves was a small stream, quietly singing as making her way through the city's concrete heart. The world slowed. Buttercup hovered. Breath caught. The space under the tree glowed with a soft, enchanted light. She noticed a shimmer, a mesh-like veil gently draping the space beneath the arms of the tree. She knew somehow this was no ordinary tree. Walk through, her heart whispered. She passed beneath the branches through the delicate veil, and instantly it felt like warm sunlight wrapped around her soul. Her chest lightened, the buzz of worry softened. All the heaviness she didn't even have words for simply fell away. In that moment she understood. This tree was a doorway that asked nothing of her except to just be. She returned the next day, and the next day, and the next. Sometimes to cry, sometimes to laugh, sometimes just to breathe. It became her sacred sanctuary, a place to pause, realign, and gently begin again. From that season on, Buttercup bloomed in ways she never imagined. She made friends with rooftop beetles, started a city bus yoga class for overstimulated insects, and was even invited to speak at the Big Bee Brilliance Summit about courage and change. Each time she felt doubt rise, she visited the tree, and before big moments, she'd stand quietly beneath its branches and say, "Take this fear from my wings, dear tree. Let me fly with a clear heart." The lotus charm on her chest sparkled brighter than ever, a symbol not of perfection, but of resilience, of rising again, of blooming always. And so, dear one, Buttercup's story reminds us that even when we feel lost or overwhelmed, we can root ourselves in small moments of magic. The heart is wiser than we know, that the right sanctuary will always find us if we are open to it. It can be anywhere. If today feels big or hard or messy, imagine walking through your own gentle vale under a wise old tree. Imagine the heaviness falling away. Then take a breath, feel your wings, and fly, just like Buttercup, blooming bravely, one day at a time.